Hi, my name is Skyla Ramirez. Welcome to our Yoga for Everybody session today, Skills in Self-Care. Let's get started by standing and warming up the hips. From standing, let's find our feet open to maybe just the width of the pelvis bones, keeping the toes lined up forward and the knees soft. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead, reaching tall. Maybe shift forward and back just a little bit with that nice tall reach through the fingertips. When you're ready, come to a still point, bend the knees, swan dive down. Let's bring the hands onto the thighs, push the hips back, drop the belly towards the thighs so you're pushing the hips behind you and feeling a spread across the buttocks and low back. Exhale, relax the head and the neck. Shake the head, yes. Turn it left and right. Let's press into the thighs with our hands coming up halfway. Reach the arms back and then slowly bring it up. Circle sweeping the arms. Exhale, draw the hands down to the heart. Inhaling, sweeping the arms back and around, shifting forward and back a few times. Maybe pausing to lift the heels this time. Inhale big, reaching towards the ceiling. Pull out of the ribs and the armpits with that reach. Dropping the heels, let's swan dive halfway down. Knees are deeply bent. Back is flat. Breathe in place. Exhale, relax. All the way down. Hands might go towards the shins or even towards the floor if it's more comfortable. Let's shake the head, yes. Turn it left and right. Exhale from the throat. Draw the hands up to the shins or thighs, flat back. Arms out to the side, reverse swan dive, reaching up. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more time through that sequence. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, shifting forward and back. Keeping the knees soft, maybe lift the heels, reach out of the armpits. Drop those heels halfway down, swan dive, hands to the thighs or shins. Inhale in place. Exhale all the way down, allowing the body to drape over the legs, shaking out the head and neck. Draw the hands up to the shins or thighs, flatten the back, bend the knees, push the hips behind you. Reverse swan dive. Arms go out like a T, reaching up, and then palms to the heart. Let's step the left foot back, a casual stride, bending that right knee. Open up the hands into what we call cactus arms. Elbows are bent with the palms forward. Right knee is bent. Inhale, let's straighten the right leg, reach the arms up overhead, palms are in, and then exhale, palms forward. Pull the elbows in slow and lunge forward. Inhale, reaching up and gently pressing in with the palms as if you're holding on to a large beach ball or even a volleyball. Exhale, palms forward, pull down and bend that front knee. Let's try a couple more and maybe experiment with closing the eyes so that we can just sneak in a little more balance work for the body today. One more. Inhale, up and reach, holding on to a ball, beach ball, volleyball. Exhale, palms forward, lat pull down. Pull the elbows in and back, holding that bend in the right knee with the elbows back. Let's sweep the hands behind us. We might touch the palms together or keep the palms at the low back where the heel of the hand presses into the back and the fingertips are spread to protect our spines. As we inhale, let's pull those elbows back, lift the ribs up, open the throat, big inhale. And now exhale, come to center. Opening up the hands, let's circle that right arm back and around just a few times. Reaching up, inhale, open and reach. Exhale down, inhale, take that right arm up and imagine that you're holding on to 100 helium balloons. So there's this sensation of a lift coming out of the body, but we're trying to stay grounded through that left foot. So if you were going to be carried away by a massive hot air balloon, you'd be holding on with your right hand and your left foot is kind of dangling down to the earth to keep that stretch going from your left hip across to your right armpit. One more big breath. Exhale, let that hand come down. Let's step our left foot forward and right foot back, keeping a bend in that right knee. Taking the arms up into cactus arms, lunging forward into the left leg, straightening the right leg behind us. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, holding on to a volleyball, straightening the left leg, maybe even pressing the arms back a little bit. As we exhale, palms forward, bend the left knee and pull those elbows in behind the ribs, protruding forward with the ribs in the chest. Inhale, reaching up, palms in, holding onto your volleyball or a beach ball, arms can be wide. Exhale, palms forward, pull down, slowly lunging forward while the shoulders pull back. A couple more. Closing the eyes, again, sneaking in just a little bit of that balance work into the practice. One more. Pulling back. Let's lower the hands to the low back, either palms touching or resting against the low back region. One big inhale with an upper back bend. Lift the ribs, open the throat, look at the sky, and now relax. From here, let's take that right hand down, sweep it around, open up, inhale, reach, exhale down, left hand back, big circle, inhale, reach, and down. One more with that left hand, all the way around, and down. Inhale, open. This time, keep reaching towards the sky with that left hand. And again, if you were being carried away by a massive hot air balloon, you're holding on with that left hand and you're allowing all your weight to drop back into that right leg and into that right foot. So we're working in this really phenomenal stretch, diagonal from the right hip across to the left armpit. Big inhale. Exhale, let's let that left hand come down. Step forward, touch the toes together and keep just a little bit of space between the heels. So depending on the kinds of shoes we might have on, your heels might be touching. In my tennis shoes, my heels are touching, but if you're barefooted, your heels won't touch. Let's keep the knees soft. Inhale, bring the arms up and overhead, press the palms together, pull the palms into the heart, and start twisting towards the right, pushing the hips back, coming down into a chair twist. Inhale, come to center, reach up, both palms up, open the hands, press those palms together again, draw them to the heart, and now twist to the left, bending the knees, pushing the hips back. Inhale, rising up, separating the palms just a little bit. Exhale, palm press down, twist to the right, flat back, bending through the knees. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, down. Twist to the left, bending the knees. So we're getting that stretch worked into the side hip and glute medius. Inhale up. Exhale, palm press to center, twist to the right, push the hips back. Inhale up. Last one, exhale, palm press down, twist to the left. Inhale, bring the hands up. Open up through the palms. Let's step our left foot back again. Bending that right knee, traditional warrior one. Let's exhale, swan diving, both hands onto the right thigh, keeping the back flat with that right knee bent. Let's keep our left hand on the right thigh. Bring the right hand to tap your right shoulder. And now try some big clockwise circles just with the shoulder, opening the armpit. And this is not only to help to open the rotator cuff and chest, also helping to move and to maintain health of the lymphatic system along the side of the rib and the breast region. Inhale, opening up. Let's take that arm out behind us, stretch into a twist with your warrior one position, maybe looking down towards the floor to stay a little more balanced. As a balance challenge, we can shift our eyes to the right temple and then move the head. Shift the eyes to the right, then move the head. Shift again, move the head. Maybe looking back at the right hand as we continue to hold that twist. Now think about the sensations in the feet and press into the inside blade of the right foot, inside blade of the left foot. Inhale into your upper right chest. Exhale all the way. Pause, pull the navel in and up. Act surprised. Twist a little more. When you're ready, lower that right arm. Slowly come out of that twist to center. Let's step forward, finding mountain. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Taking a little bit of time to neutralize the spine before we twist that other side. From mountain pose, we can stay with the palms open, holding our volleyball, or press those palms together. Shifting forward, we lift the heels just a little bit. Utthita Tadasana. It means extended mountain. Looking up, opening the throat, maybe leaning back a little bit. The bigger the back bend, the more we'll want to squeeze the buttocks muscles, thrusting the hips forward, and this will open the front of the hip. One more inhale. Exhale, drop those heels, bring the hands to the heart. Relax the arms, and then kick everything off. All right, let's do that. Warrior one with our twist on the other side, finding your body's expression of mountain. We're stepping our right foot back this time, just a very casual stride. A little goes a long way. In fact, to have a better twist, shorter stance. Bending that left knee, inhale both arms overhead, traditional warrior one, lunging forward, pulling back, shoulders stack over the hips. Right leg is straight, left knee stays bent. Exhaling, swan diving down, pushing the hips back, both hands onto that left thigh. Keeping our right hand on the left thigh. Take the left fingertips to the left shoulder, counterclockwise back with that left elbow. Just some nice counterclockwise circles. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Pulling up from the ribs. One more. Inhale, open. Take that left hand to the low back. Drawing that left shoulder back, pressing the right shoulder forward. Inhale into that upper left lung. Exhale all the way. Pause. Pull the stomach in tight. Act surprised. 1, 2, 3. From here, twisting a little more. Reach out with that left arm. And now maybe start to work a little bit with the gaze. The gaze, or the direction that we look, affects our balance and our nervous system. Let's shift our eyes to the left and then turn the head. Shift again and turn. One more, shifting the eyes and turning. Little more twist maybe once we fix that gaze. One more easy breath into the left lung. And now exhale to center. Easy does it, coming out of that twist. Inhale, both arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart, stepping to mountain. From here, feet are at the width of the pelvis bones inside the frame of the fleshy hip. Inhaling our arms overhead, circle the arms and reach, deciding if it feels better to hold on to a volleyball, a beach ball, or maybe press the palms together. Shifting forward, let's lift the heels, strengthening the ankles and the calves, keeping the knees soft. We might want to pull the muscles up in the pelvic floor or act surprised, pulling up through that pelvic floor, pulling up the ribs, reaching out of the armpits, looking up, squeezing the buttocks muscles to open the front of the hip, creating a little bit of a thrust forward. To counter that thrust forward, pull up out of the ribs to lean back a little more. One breath to the center of the chest, big inhale. And now relax. Hands come down, heels down, shake off the legs. Let's take the feet out wide, finding what we call a straddle stance. So the feet are wider than the fleshy hip. This is opening the inner thigh or the inner hip now. Both toes are forward to begin on this stretch. If you know that the sides of your hips get tight or achy, or maybe you've been to another health professional and they've told you your piriformis or IT band is tight. Usually we roll those out. To stretch them in yoga, what we do is, starting from toes forward, we lean forward just a little bit. If you're familiar with this movement, you're welcome to experiment today. Maybe turn the toes in with the heels out. We're not knock-kneed, we're technically not pigeon-toed either. We're just rotating the leg bones in, which is going to stretch the outsides of the hips, and it helps to relieve pressure in your SI joint, sciatic nerve, and lumbar spine. So let's find the foundation that works for the feet, and just standing in the pose is already going to create some stretch in the hips. To accentuate that, we add in a forward fold. I have a chair here that I prefer to use in my forward fold, but you don't have to. I'm just going to hold on with one hand to keep me mindful of my posture. Inhaling, breathe into the center of the chest. Exhale, lean forward, lead with the heart, and then slowly begin that descent with the exhale. Breathe in, come up a little bit, exhale, descend. Inhale, come up a little. Open the mouth to exhale. It is possible to open the mouth to exhale, relax the jaw, and that can relax some muscles in the low back. Sometimes we think it's just our hips are tight, but it could be that the back is tight and the back is keeping the hips from moving. So just checking in, exhale from your throat, big sigh of relief, move the jaw around, stick your tongue out the way you would when you go to the doctor and they say ah. One more big breath in and say ah. To safely come up, let's inch our feet in towards each other. Taking a soft bend into the knees, we're walking our hands up to the thighs, pushing the hips back behind us with a flat back. Inhale in place. Exhale, pull the hips forward, rounding the spine. Hang your head in, chin to chest. Releasing tension at the base of the skull, tension that can go down under your shoulder blades. Inhale, bend the knees, palms on the thighs, flatten the back, push the hips back. It's exaggerated. It's called a sway back or a lordotic curve. We're using this to work with correcting any spine alignment that might get compromised when we sit or commute a lot. Looking forward, lifting the chin, opening the throat, big inhale. And now exhale, opposite movement, rounding everything, dropping the chin to the chest. Hang those arms nice and loose. Allow the shoulder blades to stretch and to open, revealing the back of your heart. Palms onto the thighs, hips go back, standing cow. One last time. Exhale, gentle standing cat. Let's walk the hands up. Rolling those shoulders back a few times. Inhale, bring the shoulders up, back, exhale down. Few more, inhale up, back and down. One more, inhaling up, back and down. All right, from here, let's move into a deeper hip stretch that I prefer to do from a seated position. For the deeper hip stretch, we practiced this one a few other times. It's known as a seated pigeon or seated figure 4. To really dig into that hip joint for a stretch, there are a few little things that we want to refine in this. First of all, we're keeping our foot flat. So lifting the left leg, I'm keeping my left foot flat, or pull up the toe towards your knee. This is going to make sure that the muscles from the knee down to the ankle don't twist. We don't want any tightness in the hip to manifest as a twist in your kneecap or ankle. We're truly going to target that hip joint. Lifting the left knee and lifting that left toe. We're opening that knee out to the side. It's almost like you're going to do a soccer kick across the body. So just a little sweep. From that sweep, we can keep the foot low, maybe even take your right leg out and again, pull the toe back. We can rest the leg low on the shin, or maybe we encourage that left leg, that left ankle to come up onto the right thigh. From here, keeping that left foot flat, right foot flat. Inhale, sitting tall. As we exhale, we can lean forward, working this stretch into the back and side of our left hip. And also, this is a hamstring stretch. To intensify the stretch, you are welcome to experiment. Taking the right hand under the right ankle, taking the left hand, palm up, under the left calf or shin region, using our mighty biceps to pull up and lean back. And of course, we can position that right leg in any way for a sturdy foundation. Inhale, lengthen the spine, push the hips back, lean forward a little bit. Breathe from the throat. Relax the jaw. From here, let's slowly let that left foot come down. Move the knees. Let's move into the right side, lifting that right knee, pulling that right toe up. Little soccer kick across. From the soccer kick, we can curl it in. So maybe we straighten that left leg out and lean forward into this. Or we might give that right leg a little encouragement. Take the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Option to bend that left knee a little more. Inhaling, sitting tall, shifting forward just a tiny bit. This can feel very different from left to right. Most of our bodies, our hips are very unique creatures. Same thing with shoulders. We tend to have one hip or one shoulder that is usually more comfortable or more flexible. You might have one that gets a little tender with activities. That's normal. Inhale, sitting tall. If we want to maybe intensify the stretch, left hand under the right ankle, right hand under the right calf, using those mighty biceps. Pull in and then lengthen the spine, lean back just a little bit. Sitting nice and tall, we're pulling the collarbones up, pulling the ribs up, maybe opening the throat. Breathe into the center of your chest. One more. Slowly let that come down. Let's slowly take that right leg out. Again, move the knees a little bit. To close our practice, to round us out, just some mindful breathing for the body. One hand on the heart, the other hand down on the belly. Inhale, breathe into the belly. Let that breath rise up into your chest. Lift the heart. And now exhale, drop the chest and pull the stomach in. Two more. Inhale, belly, ribs, up to the heart. Exhale, relax the heart. Relax your ribs and stomach. One more. Inhale, down into the belly, through the ribs, up to the heart. Maybe even lift the chin and look towards the sky, at least looking to where the wall meets the ceiling. And then exhale, relax your heart, your ribs, and your belly. Inhale, scoop up the breath. One big inhale. Exhale, sigh. Let it go. One more in closing. Let it go. Thank you for joining me today for our noontime yoga. I will see you next week. Namaste, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your week.